Hello everyone, this is Cristiana Eltrayan, your host for the PRANIC Consciousness Summit. We are here this evening with Gaston Bacchiani, a communicator, pioneer, and pranic being that is going to speak to us more about the methods of physical, emotional, and mental detox, and much more surprises that he has for us. Hello Gaston, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, hello, Cristiana. Nice to meet you here again. It's a pleasure being here, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. It was a joy to meet you at the Pranic Festival. That's where I first met Gaston, and he had beautiful workshops there. So we decided after I went back home to have a longer talk about his activity and what he can share with us. So can you tell us a little about how do you help people?
Perhaps I can tell you a little bit before what happened to me, and then it makes sense what I do.
Exactly, your journey, yeah.
Yes, 3 years and a half ago, I got the feeling I didn't was vegetarian or vegan or nothing. I not even fasted, and I went on Sylvester 2013. I went to dinner with friends, and I ate all kind of meat and everything I could. And on 1st of January, my body told me, please don't put it anything anymore. Don't eat anymore. And I thought that I need to fast because I was intoxicated, something like that. Then I started to search for detox or fasting courses or classes, and I found this Living on Light documentary. And when I saw it, my body told me, you don't have to do a fast. You have to change the way you get the energy, and this is that. So I did it a 20 days process from Yasmuhin. I bought the book. And since then, I am drinking liquids. So my body was so happy to find this information, and everything was like yes, 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 yes. You know?
Yeah.
And the big change started. So some people ask me, how do you get to the point? I didn't know. I didn't knew about pranic people. So for me, I was working the last 12 years a lot in my emotions. I had a lot of emotions, and I had a situation in my life that it was very hard, and I felt a lot of injustice and anger and all this type of things. So I had to do something with that. And I had luck. People talk to me and say, well, I think it's time to be responsible, that you take responsibility on your emotions and you integrate them. So I started to do that, and it took me a long time to feel all the anger, pain, all my needs inside. But I think it's the consequence was this. My body just told me, okay, you clean a lot on the emotional level and on the mental level. Now we need that your physical body adjust also. So this is very deep.
It's a beautiful story. So you did have a long time of preparation before that. You didn't exactly prepare for the pranic living, but you were detoxing your system, right?
Yes, I was integrating my emotions, and afterwards I understood that it was the basis for this shunt, because I was very surprised that it was like this, and suddenly I stopped eating and I was okay. It was the most important thing for me was I started to feel peace, an inner space inside of me, and I got more clarity, and then start to happen things on the physical level. My body wanted to do sports, to do acrobatics, and I started to do different things, you know, parkour and learning, jumping, all this stuff. It's happened. I did my first flip flop when I was 43 years old, and with 20, I didn't trust myself to do it. I had fear, you know.
So my natural impulse is to ask you how old are you now, you know, because this was a surprise. So if you want to share with us, because it's important to see.
Yes, I am 46, and I got an invitation, for example, that I was surprised that I started to get to be curious what happened with the body now, next after the change.
Yeah.
And someone invited to me to do in Germany, there is the Olympic association that you can do as amateur different proof in coordination, velocity, power, and you can get a medal if you do the things. So I just went there and I got the medal, gold, for my age. And then I started to see the Excel, and I was searching that the same things that I did, it could get also gold for people 25 and 30 years old.
Yeah, that's your age.
Yes, and I thought there is something happening here, and friends, they told me, Gaston, would you like to start to share this with people? Put videos, share this information, and I created a group in Facebook, and I started to share what happened to me, and some people start to come and say, look, I am feeling the same things. Can you support me? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And this is why I started to share with people all these things, because people was asking for the information.
Exactly.
Yes, I am happy doing, very, very happy doing it.
It's a beautiful story, and it's important for people to notice that for 12 years you did some practice. You know, I hear many stories of people, you know, having the 21-day process or another process of 10 days, 8 days, 7 days, whatever, and they expect to get directly to the pranic state, you know, not need any physical food anymore. But it's important to know, as we notice in your sharing as well, that it is a longer process. Yes. That ends with the 21-day process. So you had a big time of detoxing. Can you share a little about what you practiced for detoxing your emotional body? How did you do it?
Yes. What I do what I do is very simple, and this is what I'm doing with people in the workshops and in sessions. Like just being aware of our feelings, because I think the biggest change, or the upgrade, the mental upgrade, was before I wanted to get enlightened, because I didn't want to feel what I was feeling, and I was trying to take it out always with my feelings. I didn't want to feel sad or with fear and all this stuff. But sometimes I started to accept everything and feel with consciousness without taking out anything, just integrating the feeling, allowing the body to react. For example, here, pressing on the solar plexus, pressing on my heart like a knife getting inside. Okay, just breathing with consciousness and giving time for myself to feel it and feel it. And of course, I was taking, and I was like this because the body reacted, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't something, it wasn't a wellness, it was just relaxing. It was just something very deep and very painful also.
Painful, yeah.
Yes. But after breathing, without any special technique, just with consciousness, start to integrate everything. And then my feeling is that I'm getting more inner space. And all the energy was like blocked or like a knot, start to be, it's like you have a bottle with Coke, you know, you do like this and it, you know?
Exactly.
So that was like this. So I decided to, instead of trying to stop everything inside the liquid, I decided to expand the bottle and expand the bottle and expand the bottle. And this consciousness, I'm creating more inner space. You know, before I was here with some pain or fear in A position, and then I wanted to go to B, you know, because I thought, oh, when I get enlightened or when I got in B, I'm not going to feel this. Now I understood that if I remain and stay in A with consciousness and breathing, I start to expand like a bubble, you know, like a ball, you know, in all direction, integrating everything, all the feelings, each moment, and I get not only this B, I get a lot of B's, a lot of possibilities.
Possibilities, yeah.
And I just relax, expanding from my center. I don't need to go anywhere anymore to get anything. Just relaxing and fall down inside. And that's very easy. Well, it's easy for explaining, but just it's a very nice technique for me. Nothing special. And I would like to share with you other things, because a lot of people write me and say, Gaston, or contact me, I would like to stop eating. And I say, well, if you stop eating, you are going to get hurt. First of all, connect with yourself, feel yourself, respect your body. Our body starts to tell us what we need to do. If the body says no more alcohol, respect it. No more this kind of food, respect it. Be gentle, you know, and humble, because our body is our master, our guru, you know. Just we need to pay attention on that, you know.
No, that's so true, and so wonderful that you also share it. And I noticed that in the beginning you said, well, my body told me you don't need to put that food inside anymore.
Yes.
And before being vegetarian, before being anything else, you had this clear message. And what people would ask how did you get in contact with your body so that you can hear its messages so clear and know exactly what it's telling you? How did you hear it? Okay. And speaking of hearing, please, can you use a headset, maybe, you know, because the sound is going up and down a little.
I can use the headset, yes.
Thank you so much. Let's try the headset and see how it goes. Because everybody's asking, okay, it's important to hear the body and it's important to listen to it, but I don't know, people say, yes. I don't know how to listen to it. I don't know how to hear its messages.
Yes, I think, first of all, for me, it's important to understand, to respect each part of the system. We have different bodies. I'm going to talk about 3 bodies only: the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. And myself, consciousness, okay? So I talk with them as I'm sitting in a table with friends, you know? For example, sometimes, still now, I'm drinking liquids, but I get nervous because of the work, so I drink, for example, soy milk, like look, you know, so half a liter or a liter in 30 seconds, and my stomach start to complain and say, Gaston, why are you drinking this so quickly? I have to digest this now. And I say, I'm sorry about that, because I felt this uncomfort. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't conscious. And the body say, if you have some problem with your emotional body, please go and talk with him. And so I talk with emotional body, say, I'm sorry, what's going on? Now I am angry because the guy didn't send the contract on time and we are losing things. And then they say, well, okay, but all this information is coming from the mental body.
Exactly.
I discover a structure and paradigm that I need to upgrade. So I ask always, I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry, you know, and I start to respect what I feel. So when people say how you listen to your body, the most important thing is feel the emotion with consciousness. And I ask always, when someone comes to me and say, I feel sad, for example, and I say, okay, where do you feel? Think on where. And you're going to get it here, in this part of the body, or in this part of the body, somewhere in your body is going to contract or
Exactly.
press. So this is the first communication. It's pressing. So just breathe. And I got people in sessions that when they start to do it's like, I cannot get any air anymore. And nobody was putting pressure. It's just the feeling inside. And I told them, okay, allow this feeling, close everything, that you cannot get any air anymore, and keep breathing. So you can do both things at the same time. Allow this feeling like killing you, and at the same time, with awareness, keep breathing, just relax. And both things happen at the same time. Our consciousness can do both. And then you go through this fear or this pressure, and then you think again on the story that gave you this feeling, and then it doesn't happen anymore, because our unconsciousness is talking to us through our body.
Exactly.
You know? Our body is the interface, is the telephone that we get the message from our unconscious. It's like our unconscious is sending letters. But if you don't open the letter and you don't read it, you're going to get a lot of letter in your mailbox, you know, and then you get ill, you know. So it's important, when you feel it, pay attention, you know. And I always respect that. For example, I tell you one thing. I was doing a conference, and in the middle of the conference rise a fear. And I prefer to talk everybody in the conference. Could you give me 30 seconds? I have a fear, and I would like to respect it also and give time for that. So I start to breathe, and it was like shaking. Everybody was in silence. And 1 minute later, I could keep talking, but I did hold it and play, oh, I am so cool, I don't have fear. No, I had the fear, and that's my reality. And I'm sharing you how I am right now, you know? Be transparent. If we learn to be transparent with ourselves, honest with ourselves, the healing process starts itself.
So basically, it's not only about being transparent with ourselves, but letting ourselves be seen by others the way we are,
Yes.
in the full reality of how we are in that moment.
Perfect.
Without the fear of being judged.
Yes, and it is a reality. In this moment, I have fear, but it's only for these 5 minutes. It's not I am a fear person that all my life I'm going to have fear. It's just in this moment. And if I am sad, it's just for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's all. But if we don't allow this feeling to take place in our body, it's always pushing. It's like something like it's trying to, you know, like always trying to be and say, yes, please pay attention, you know. It's always like this, you know. So and the other thing, if you would like to develop this communication with your body, for example, when I started to do acrobatics, I had pain in my joints, okay, and I said to my body, if you would like that I do acrobatics, I don't want to have pain, so give me a solution. So I went to the supermarket and I saw soy milk with omega-3.
Oh, good, yeah.
And I never knew what is omega-3. I have no clue. But when I put my hand, my body says, yes. It's like, I get like, I am happy, you know, it's like, yes. And then if I need to, I check always. I touch it. If I'm happy, it's right. If not, okay. You know,
it's
so
called
like,
intuitive choosing of food or
yes,
drink. Yeah.
yes. And then I came back home and I searched in the internet what is omega-3, and it's for a lot of things and for joints. And I said, oh my God, you know, I don't need the doctor anymore. I just need to ask and be open and receive the answer, you know?
Our body always knows what we need, and if you are in tune with your body, you don't need a nutritionist or a meal plan or I'm just sharing this for our viewers, or a meal plan or a diet prescription, because it's not going to be the same from one day to another. For example, I have days when I need to drink a lot of beetroot juice, you know, like 3 days in a row I drink, and the fourth day I can't go randomly and buy it because my body won't want it anymore. Maybe my body would want coconut or something else.
Yes.
And it's always good to feel what you need in that particular moment, not do and random shopping or random eating or random choices in general in our lives. Yeah. Where did you? Yes, please.
And it's also important to invite people to search in the internet. There is so beautiful information outside from scientific people. You know, there is a science in Iran, the Kesher Foundation, perhaps you know him, and he explained how the body can do their own proteins. He explained scientifically that the proteins can be created for our own body. And it is very interesting because my art here, my doctor that was working with me for the last 10 years, she told me, Gaston, I cannot understand. I believe you that you don't eat anymore, but I cannot understand why all your exams are still doing perfect, although you don't eat anything, you know, because, for example, the vegan people, she told me the vegan people had lacks on B12, for example, vitamin, you know, and I don't have any lack on that. It's in the levels, and but she said it's not possible, and I told her it's not possible in your reality, and I can understand it, but in my reality it is possible, because all of us, we are, although we touch each other on the physical level, we are living on different frequency realities, if you would like, you know. So we need to be open for that, you know. That is an invitation for everybody. That is also why, for me, important, I share every Thursday at 9 p.m. a free webinar online that we raise the vibration. I don't talk, it's in silence. We just put we are 33 minutes, everybody sharing. I put my music here without any word. I feel everybody online and start to, it's like a gong, you know. And the people, it's very interesting. The people give me feedbacks and I say, wow, Gaston, I feel this, I feel that. Healers are utilizing this frequency for healing because they get more energy in the hands when they do Reiki, for example.
That's interesting.
And we can share, all of us. It's free. It's there. It's there for us. We just need to open our consciousness and get. It's like a radio with a dial. Not just try to get the things and then ding, we shared it all together. So beautiful.
We share frequency. It's true, and we are all connected, and we have. Most of us are co-working in the inner realms. I've always said that, and this is the basics of why I created the summit. I said, well, we are working in the inner realms anyway. We are connected anyway. I feel we are supporting each other, all of us, a lot anyway. So why not just talk to each other and share some information for the people who are, you know, not perceiving all of the inner transmission, you know, so that they can hear and know more about this.
Yes. And this is very important. And thank you for your summit. You know, thank you for your work, because I get people that
they never went on the spiritual path, but they say, for example, Gaston, just seeing you, that you are not eating and sharing with us as a normal person, I get invited to listen to my body, and I'm listening to my body, Gaston, and I'm just eating 50% less, or I'm just leaving some things, and it's just so beautiful, you know, it's just so beautiful.
And sometimes just our presence, like you said, just sharing in silence, the frequency, the vibration is doing the work. It's no need for so much words, no need for so much mental explanation, because people are now perceiving frequency more and more, and they are tuning into what you're sending out more and more. But for the ones who are still in mental, reality, and they want mental explanations,
yes, of course.
I have a question about the medical tests you said. Yes. So if one was to ask, how would you explain that the medical tests that we are doing are perfect, even though we are not consuming the same amount of food or no amount of food that a normal person? How would be the explanation for that?
That's why I suggested to check it out, the work from Mr. Keshe in Iranian, because he can explain. He said everything in the nature was created through frequency. You know, Nassim Harameh or Greg Braden and all of them are also explaining the same thing. You know, so and how you get vitamin somewhere in the nature, because there is a frequency there. You know, so if you can get the same frequency in your system. So he explained with proteins, very nice. He said, we think that we put the proteins here, they go in the intestine, and then we get it in the body. And he said, it's not true. In the intestine, the protein get dissolved, and there is like a mini explosion of energy. And then on the other side, there is on the other side of the intestine, came this explosion of vibration, and then create again a protein, but it's not the same protein. And I understood like a fax. When you put a fax, you put a paper on this part, but it's not the same paper on the other. The paper was transmitted in data and go through the line electronically on the line, and then digital, and then read the frequency, and then create the same image on the other side of the fax. So if we are able to understand and to adjust ourselves, to tune in to the frequencies, we can create it. We need to be open first. We need to adapt of that, if that's possible. When you start to adapting, your structure, your paradigms start to, to expand, and then you can get more information, and your reality change. I shared other things, very important also. For example, I was working last week, a 67 woman, she couldn't see. She wasn't 100% blind, but she couldn't see. It was very difficult for her to see. And she wanted to work on some pain when she had with his father. We just feel the pain, not to be approved, not to be good enough, not to be all the things that we know. She was working on herself. And in the middle of the session, she told me, Gaston, I'm seeing sparklings in my eyes now. And I say, great. And at the end of she said, I can see you on a screen, because we did it on Skype. I can see you on a screen. You have long hair, Gaston. And I say, yes. And I was so happy. And I say, this is not a miracle. This is just that you allow yourself to feel this pain this energy was related with your eyes, and that's why they were closed. Now the eyes start to get energy again, information again, and you can read the frequency. I didn't heal you, you heal yourself. Just being aware of what's going on in your system.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's simple to understand, even at the scientific level. I have a scientific explanation for what happened, if I'm allowed to share it.
Yes,
Because it's beautiful. I was just talking today with someone and I was explaining that the sight, you know, the vision is very much connected with the digestive system, and especially with the liver.
Okay.
And in the yogic tradition, we all know that the liver is the one responsible for the clarity of the eyesight.
Oh, okay.
You know, and whenever we go to an Ayurvedic doctor, for example, or a yogic master, he's not going to give you, you know, to eat carrots or to take medicine for the eye. He will detox the digestive system first, and the liver especially for you. And the emotions of the father are very much related to the liver and the digest, but especially the liver. So when, I just know because I worked with it. Yeah.
Wow, perfect.
And, when we detox the emotions related to the father issues and the self-acceptance as well, which is also related to that, then we go into acceptance, then the liver can become healthy in 1 second. It can be instantly, it doesn't have to take years. And then the eyesight, I was wearing glasses like -75 before, when I was 22, 23 years old. And after, you know, doing some inner work, I have no need for glasses for like 10 years now, more than 10 years. So this is the explanation. I'm just sharing this because people need to, you know, make the connections between the emotions and the organs.
Yes.
And what happens at the, you know, between the physical and the emotional level that are very much interconnected.
Yes.
And when we understand the connections between them, it's easy to explain how instant healing is possible, and it is possible.
Yes, yes. I think for people that, as you say, that they need the mental explanation is very important. Sometimes I get people that they get stuck on the mental. They're trying to understand why and why and why. And I say, it doesn't matter why. Just feel it. Well, no, but explain me a little bit more. They don't want to feel, you know? So, and some people, I make this experiment with, for example, with managers, business people, that they had nothing to do with spirituality, but just invite them to feel with consciousness, and the change was amazing. So it is also a psychologist, what how you say in English?
Psychological.
And the person who do that, what's the name?
Psychologist.
Psychologist. Thank you. A psychologist invite me to work on traumas that she took some sessions on this feeling technology that I call it, and she said, Gaston, can you please take care of some of my clients with a big traumata that I cannot work on? And we did this, and I said to the people, I don't need this story. I just need to know, where do you feel it? And I connect, I relate with the person, you know, I can feel in my body also. So it's like we share two consciousness with space that you feel, your feeling can feel at home. We are like hosts, and we are open the arms. So your system says, wow, Gaston is not rejecting me. Gaston is not judging me. My system doesn't need to judge. I'm just opening. And then the person starts to relax, and she herself, she doesn't judge also, you know, and start to get more and more space. I think it's a great thing. I'm so happy to share this with people. You know?
Yeah, it's a great work to do, and it's wonderful to see the changes that can occur in just, you know, in just seconds. In just seconds.
Yes.
Where did you learn to do this? I mean, you were an actor before, yes? You were, as far as I know, you were doing acting and maybe other jobs. And how did you learn the connection, for example, between the breathing and the emotional releasing? How was it? You know, who are your teachers, so to speak, or how did you learn that?
I learned from a person who is in Australia. His name is Paul Law, and he was traveling in Europe doing webinars, and he gave me the most important thing in my life. I was there and I was complaining about everything. I felt like a victim, and everybody was guilt, and I was a victim. And he told me, Gaston, that's nothing to do with this person, because I had so many pressure inside that I wanted to kill someone, you know, but not metaphorically. It was like my whole body was so angry that I react like this. And I said, ooh, I am like possessed for a spirit, you know, and I went to exorcisms also just to take it out, this being. But then he said, well, it's all your own energy. You just need to accept it and feel it and take the responsibility. If you feel it, it's yours.
It's yours. You own it.
Yes, belongs to your system. You please accept it. Keep time. And I start to work on that and to work on that. And I'm just doing the short version of a lot of things that I was learning in the 12 years. And it still has the same effect. You know, it's just, we don't need to search why happened that, what happened with your dad or with whatever in the school or whatever in your story. We just need to feel it. And we need courage, and we need humble, you know. We have to be humble with ourselves and say, okay, it's here. Also, other very important thing, a lot of people come to me and say, Gaston, I cannot stand anymore this person. Had bad energy. Can you clean it? Can you protect me? Can you do something? And I used to be a healer also. I was healing people before. But someday my body told me, you have to stop healing people, because the people came to the praxis, to the place that I was doing the healing, and give me the body as a car, you know, as a mechanic. They put the body there, say, can you repair it, please? I have this pain, this pain, this pain. Please repair it. I pay you money. And I was doing this. But at the end of the story, they didn't take responsibility of themselves. So although it was, yes, although it was good money, my system told me, Gaston, please now share, be with the people, dive together with them. So I am supporting you. And each person has the feeling that they can do it themselves, that they don't depend on Gaston, for example, you know. And if we support each other on our self-healing consciousness, the body is doing the things ourselves. We think that our mind can resolve things, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I always say you cannot resolve a problem from the level it was created. You know, if it was created in the mind, you cannot resolve it with the mind. You have to go deeper or beyond the mind to be able to fix that. And what we recommend working with is also cellular memory and even beyond subconscious, at the level of the self, where all the answers are and all the healing is, and every one of us knows exactly what needs to be done for that healing. And when we surrender to that self and say, okay, I'm feeling this, I want to release and integrate, then it's done.
Yes, this word is very important, integration. This is why I tell people, I'm not healing anybody because you are not ill. You just only don't understand that you need to integrate this. You know, it's sometimes what happens is our soul wants to expand, but our paradigms are so small that it's pain. It's like you have a shoe and you are 12 years old, and then you grow and then start to get pain. It is stupid to tell someone, well, cut your toes, because because you know, so you need to change the shoe. So our being, our soul start to expand, and we need to change our paradigms. We need to change the way that we see things. We need to expand, you know, and this pain is because we are not expanding, you know, and not integrating.
And back again to, because many people are also interested in the fuel intake, you know, nourishment.
Yes.
So you started going on juices like 4 years ago now, yes?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. And how did your body feel? So all of a sudden you gave up all food, or it was a gradual process? Or I'm going to go more technical with it because
Yes.
I know the
Yes.
questions that people have.
Yes.
And if you can share more about this
Yes.
journey of
Yes.
integrating it at the physical level and the surprises you had, maybe the challenges and stuff like that.
Yes. On the physical level, I stopped eating and I never eat anymore, something solid. But I pay attention. So my weight, I was going down. I went down, I think, all my life. The last 25 years, I was weighing 75. And when I started, I was 80. And then I went below 70s, you know, till 66, something like that. But then my body adjusts itself and come back to the 70s. Today I am 71, 72. You know? But my body told me, we need that you go bar fit, you know, without anything on the ground, without shoes. So I do that. We need to do this. We need to be in the water. So I take a bath every day.
Every day.
Somehow my body take energy just under the water. It's like a better connection. I cannot explain what it is, but if my body cell go to the my best place to stay in the world is to be in my bath on the darkness, under the water, to hear and just relaxing, you know, and just open my eyes and see the darkness, and you lose the sensation of space and you expand. This is so beautiful, you know. And when I respect what the body wants to do, I have the feeling that get nourished from inside. It's not something that I am taking from the outside. It's like a frequency. We need to understand. We say always outside, inside, take food, take energy, but the energy is a frequency. When we get the frequency, we are in.
Yeah.
It's from it's like from inside out. It's not like we have to take and put it inside.
Exactly.
That is how I feel it.
Yeah.
How it feels. But I need to rest. It is not, for example, for the sport. The people tell me, Gaston, I did a triathlon this year. You know, an Olympic triathlon. It is 40 kilometers biking, 1.5 swimming, and 10 kilometers. Yeah, 3 hours like this.
Intensive.
Things. And everybody was drinking proteins in sachets. And I was just drinking 200 milliliters orange juice. But I was just feeling what the body needs. And I was giving this price just to drink orange juice, but I never push. I never push. And I was doing the exercise, but not pushing till the end. My body doesn't want that I push. So it charges itself when I'm doing the exercise, but it has to be gentle. I don't be the first, you know. I don't train either, but my body is always, you ask me, how is your body? It's always light. It's always ready to run, ready to do things. I can stay handstand, these things that I do with my hands, and you know, I can do it 24 hours every day without getting wrong. My body is always light, you know. And this is, the people say, well, if you don't eat, you lose pleasures of life. And I say, well, I get other pleasures, you know, and I'm enjoying my new pleasures. You know?
What are you exactly? Thank you for that. I want to have more of this because everybody's asking, okay, much does this whole culture of taste and food, okay, and pleasure connected to food. Let's see what are the pleasures without food. Yeah, it's very interesting to share that. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yes. Well, for me, the biggest pleasure of this change is that my body feels good. I'm not starving. The people say, do you have this wanting to eat? I don't have it. I don't feel it. My body is relaxed. If I would have this wish, I would eat.
You would eat, exactly.
Yes, I'm not pushing myself, stopping or holding back. No, I'm just, for example, sometimes my body wants to have some salt, because always chooses, sometimes wants salt. So I take some cashew. Do you know what is cashew with salt? And I eat a couple of nuts, with salt, and that's it. The body is happy again, and that's enough. You know, it's not like, oh, I don't have to eat anything because, no, you know, I'm just so relaxed. You know, I don't eat because I don't need it. And the most important thing is the body feels light, and I am capable to do a lot of acrobatics always. I am so happy to share with child everywhere. I am with my daughter. I have a daughter, 11 years old, and we go there and we do all the pirouettes, you know, champagne together with kids. And it was very funny. Last time I was in a champagne place, and a 10 years old lady say, oh, watch out, don't break your bones, you know. And I say, okay, I try. And I did the flick flag, and she was like, can you do flick flag? And she said, no, please teach me. So I taught her to do the flick flag, you know, like this. It's so beautiful to share with people. You get new relationships with everybody, and you are relaxed. You walk on the street. I am walking the same street as before, but I was very anxious walking, and now I just walk and feel. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. When I was eating or with emotions like this, I couldn't feel that. And I don't want to change this, you know.
I hear you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So to resume, to sum up, the pleasures that you encountered without eating were the freedom, the flexibility of the body, the joy of sharing with others, and in new communities, in new groups, finding new types of friends. Yes.
Relating.
Relating. And what I'm sensing also from your speech is a constant state of relaxation. The body is no longer tensed. Yes. And no longer in a state of pushing and achieving stuff. It's just a way of self-fueling and self-regulating the energies so that you can be at your highest potential without any food.
Yes, and the people say, when you stop eating, you get more energy? Are you like this? Can you do a lot of things? You feel like Superman? And I say, no, I feel just relaxed. But just when I want to go to the half marathon, I just go and run. And when I do a triathlon, I don't need to train too much with pressure. I just do the things with pleasure, not with pressure, just pleasure. You know,
that's wonderful.
And I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. You know, and when I was running my triathlon, I was thinking, if they do a doping control, you know, because I was running prana, just, you know, just activating my prana, and they say everybody was tired, and I was just just relaxed and enjoying, and I didn't even tell them that I don't eat, because if I tell them that I don't eat, they don't allow myself to do the triathlon.
Yes. They kick you out. They think you will get sick and you know, die on them.
Yes. But I'm just doing this just for fun and just to see till where I can go having fun. and to see the possibilities of the body.
Yeah. And would you say that you are in a state where the energy is doing the job with your body? No need for you to do things, just the energy running through it and doing the running, doing the exercise, doing.
Yes, I wait and I listen the body. I ask the body when he wants to train, because when I got on a schedule for training for the marathon, for the half marathon, my body say, oh, no, I don't want 3 times too many kilometers, it's too much, and I got stuck.
Exactly.
So I threw it away and I say, well, just tell me when you would like to run.
Yeah.
And perhaps it's in the night. And I put my shoes, rubbers, shoes, and then I go and run 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, just having fun without pressure. And we have no clue how much the body can do itself with fun.
Yeah.
The self-charging system activated itself.
Exactly. When we connect to this field of constant fueling from the inside, so it's not extracting energy from anywhere else, then or it's like what I'm perceiving from you and what I'm also experiencing is that the cells are like permanently sending out energy. Yes. It's like a constant energy source. That the more relaxed we are, the more it's self-charging or regenerating and sending more out. It's like a star. Yes. There was even a movie, Stardust or something, with a girl coming from a star, and the more she was relaxing, the more her body was shining.
Glowing, yes.
Glowing, exactly.
Yes, beautiful.
And that's
you tell us, I get the bump. Can you see it?
Yeah. It's true.
It's like the confirmation, that my body say yes. What she's saying is like, can you see that?
Let's show the viewers. Usually when we talk and something is very true, people get goosebumps or shivers on the body. And after all, we are all stardust. It's good to know that we're not, just cells and just bodies and just physical matter. We are stardust and we can charge. We can charge from the inside, and we can then glow or radiate into the world. And it's not doing it for the purpose of glowing, and for the purpose of radiating, but it just happens, and it's just beautiful but it's coming indeed from a state of relaxation and of no goal.
Yes.
The no goal.
We don't have to go anywhere. We want to go somewhere because we think that somewhere else we are not going to feel what we are feeling. And that is delusion.
Yeah.
So what we are feeling is what we have to feel in order to expand our consciousness. And everything is perfect. That's why it's repeating the same thing always until we integrate it. And then this disappears. Integrates. It's dissolved in our conscious, in our self. But this is a process that never ending, because we are expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding and enjoying this, just we can suffer or we can enjoy.
It's a matter of choice, yes?
Yes.
I always say that it's a matter of choice, and it's our choice. Before we complete the talk, I would go to something very personal, if you will.
Yes, please.
Could you share with us what's your biggest joy and what's your biggest regret?
I start with regret.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting for me because my biggest regret that I had the last 9 years, that I thought that the world was falling down on me, it was the platform that brought me here. So the worst thing that happened in my life, it was my best gift. Yes. So with this experience, this is not because I read it somewhere. I experienced myself that I was complaining a lot about this situation, that I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that, or oh man, I did wrong. But 12 years later, I am so happy that it was exactly the opposite that I wanted, because brought me to this level of relaxation. And I cannot say that I am regretting anything, you know. I learn, I have to be humble, and I have to learn that everything that happened is there for my expansion, and I embrace it, and I love that. You know, this is my position. And when you say my big joy, it is just when I'm sharing this with people, and I see in their eyes, and I feel here in my system that they are getting connected with themselves. They glue. They was like, and it feels for me that you are giving as a present life for people. The best present is just to allow themselves to be themselves. And then it's like a feeling, wow, I could do something that now your life changed and you feel with more expansion. That, you know, it's just giving life to people. And that is just a feeling that I really love to be an watcher, you know, just observe that that's happening around me, around us. This is so beautiful.
Well,
I feel like we are like in a spring. Everybody is open, the flower, you know, in this new level of consciousness. There is no more hierarchy. We are all of the same things. We realize that we are like in nature, and we are flourishing, all of us, with our beautiful colors and shapes and forms and everything. And that is the beautiful thing, you know, be ourselves, all of us.
Thank you for opening, and thank you for sharing that. I don't even know why I asked this, because it's not always that I ask this type of questions. It just came, and it's probably useful for someone watching. So thank you for sharing.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Before we say goodbye to Gaston tonight, what would you like anything else to share or add to this conversation? Is this something that you feel to? Yeah.
Well, I would like to invite people to be curious and search themselves. And if someone resonate what I'm sharing, I am going to be in France. I'm going to do a 7 days process, 16th in 1 month, 16th October till 22nd. I am happy to see you there. We're going to do it in English, in French, and in Spanish, and in a beautiful nature place. I would like to invite everybody, and if someone would like to contact me, just write me an email, info@detox3.org. And I would like to share something else more. And this is, we are creating like an app, because the people say, Gaston, an application?
Yeah.
An application, they say, Gaston, it's so beautiful, but we would like to get you more, you know, personal, just tracking things, checking things.
Yeah.
Can you create something that we can put everything together and have in the cell phone? And we are creating an app, very simple.
Yeah.
And I would like to invite people that they would like to be the first trials for all these methodology. And also, if there is programmers, developers, or online marketing, that they like this theme, this awareness, that they can contact us. We are a group of people working with very pleasure and happy, and we are happy to share. And I also share the people that they go in the team and work with us, support for their own development.
Exactly.
Because I would like to create a community of people aware that we spread this, or all of us, you know, there is nobody on top. We are sharing with open heart, and it's so beautiful just to support each other. Yes.
It's so great that you shared this. You know, I myself am working with a lot of people that are from IT.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah, many people, my patients, friends, and the co-workers that I have are mainly from this because I'm doing a lot of deprogramming, you know, at the mental, emotional, and energy level, and they are doing the deprogramming on the computer. So we have some common, you know, features.
Yes.
And it seems more and more of them are interested in meditation and changing diets and changing lifestyle and even living. At the PRANIC festival in Romania, we had many people from IT.
Wow, perfect.
Interesting to notice, you know. And
thank you for the invitation for next year, to be there.
Exactly, and please, yes, join us. Maybe Gaston just confirmed he will be at the PRANIC festival in Romania. And yeah, it's interesting to see how we can collaborate together, you know, because maybe you have something that we have something that you need, and maybe you have someone in your team that we need, and we can just. I'm collaborating now with everybody that I know that is sharing about pranic nourishment. For me, it was never about competition and who's doing the best pranic program or the best or the first information or the most accurate. It's never like that. You know, it's always pranic consciousness, and it's universal mind, and we're all getting guided from there, and somebody gets a bit, and somebody gets another bit, and somebody gets a handful of it, and you know, that's my state of seeing things. And what I see along the world by traveling and co-working with everybody, like now I work with you, and I will have a workshop with Ray Mauer in October in Spain, and again one in Elitom said something about the Canary Island and so on. And I'm happy to support everyone, you know, with their work, because what I'm sharing is a pranic consciousness process. So the things you can do at home after you had a 7-day detox or 21-day or whatever, to integrate the lifestyle of holding that frequency. And I always say you can't just go home and do the things that you did, you know, the 10 hours in front of television, or you know, being a couch potato and expecting. It's not going to work for a long time, or fighting with a wife or things like that. It has to be a constant lifestyle, like you're doing now, spending time in nature and playing with kids, and maybe meditating or doing some music and water and earth, touching the ground every day, things like that, to maintain that frequency. And it goes together with every pranic process that everyone else is sharing, you know. Because it's the aftermath activity, the things you can do at home. And yeah, I'm open and happy to collaborate and support everyone that is doing something about the pranic consciousness in this world, no matter what.
So, well, great. Thank you first for the invitation. Also that I am organizing and planning to be in LA in February. There is this Expo Consciousness there. I'm going to be in the Spanish section. And I am thinking, while you are talking right now, that if there is some people that wants to dive more, perhaps we can create some kind of collect all the questions and create some 5 minutes or like a program that the people can see and watch, and we can do it together. We can develop something together also. So I'm happy to get impulse and to see what the people asking for, you know.
It's a pleasure to do that, and we are studying more and more of their needs and what they need to know. This is what the Pranic Consciousness Summit is about. It's about what people need to know and what and getting their because there's a lot of conferencing in the internet, and there's also festivals that are running already on the internet. But because I'm doing a lot of healing with people that have gone through processes and are, you know, frustrated in some way, or feeling guilty, or feeling, you know, not there yet for not succeeding at being pranic, or this is my work now as a healer, as a therapist. Because of that, I know the questions, and
I'm so happy to work on that, because I get also people saying, Gaston, for example, I was 2 times with a 21-day darkness with Yasmohim, but I still fighting my emotions, for example. And I say, well, you need to feel it with awareness. It's just you have to sit and feel it, and then we work on that, you know. So it is, it's, for me, it's not about stop eating. For me, it's just expanding from inside out, and then you don't have, you don't want to eat anything more because it's too much. The body say no, no, no. You know, it's healthier not to eat as eating. You know, so it's happened itself. You know. Wow, great! I like it. I like the idea. Yes, let's do. Let's invite people if they send questions to you or to me, and we collect them and then we answer with pleasure. I also have a platform where we can. I offer this technology that I also have, where I do my webinars, and the platform where I do this free rising vibration every Thursday. We can utilize this, and we can offer that for free. You know, so we can see if there is people say, well, do something. We would like to ask questions live and write down, and I put this technology also available that we can share all together. And if someone wants to appear, we can see if they appear or write, and we can connect.
That's wonderful to know. That's wonderful to know. As technology is evolving, there's more and more tools. I'm happy to hear more about what's available for communication. You know, I'm interested in, because I don't have so much time to study new technology features, you know, and it's good when somebody comes to me and says, oh, you can add this, or we can do that, and I have this app, and I have this, you know, technology stuff. I'm more into the healing part and communicating part than into the IT. Probably that's why more and more people from the technology are gathering around us just to help with the tech part. Okay. So yeah, we'll develop more about this in a private chat probably, but it's good for people to know that they can ask the questions. So email us, email me, email Gaston. My email is either soul healing minus holistic therapy, soul healing at holistictherapy.com, or urinome999 around gmail.com. You can use that. You have it also on the Pranic Consciousness Summit page, or you can send us a message on Facebook always, and send your questions, and Gaston and I will find a way to work together and answer that and integrate it with the platform that we have, so that you get more of the information that we need. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gaston, and thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
For the new ideas that you have brought here, and you know, it's wonderful to just share what's what's coming to us, because new things can born on this planet.
Yes.
So see you soon. See you maybe in France, and every Thursday. Where can people see you on Thursday?
I'm going to give the link. I don't know if I can put it there. there is a video with a rising vibration explanation why I do it and how we do that and the benefits, because everybody wants to know the benefits from that.
Exactly.
You know? And we can share that in if you would like in your groups. Then they just need to log in, and then the platform sent 24 hours before a reminder, a reminder, and then 15 minutes before. And the good thing is, if you cannot be because of your time schedule, because in Latin America, for example, or in America, it's other time, you get 1 hour later a link also that you can play all the times you need it.
You have the recording, yes? You have
recording. Yes, the platform record everything.
So the link to this video will be on the Pranic Consciousness Summit Facebook page under the description of Gaston Bacchiani. So everybody go there, look under the picture with Gaston, and you'll find the video. Okay? Yes. Okay, so we'll place it there, and from there you can share it wherever you feel it's necessary, and for your community and on my page as well. I'll be glad to share it. Thank you.
Or remember detox3.org. That's the website. Detox3 with a number. That's all. Easy.
Exactly. It's there where you find. So people, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. You can see all the information about the Pranic Consciousness Summit and the participants and the videos that we had so far on the Pranic Consciousness Summit video package page and on our Facebook page that has the same name, Pranic Consciousness Summit. Our website, Soul Healing Academy, offers a lot of information about pranic nourishment, articles, scientific data, and everything you need. And you'll get notified by an email of the next participant that we're going to interview. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Gaston, for sharing. And see you, everybody, soon.
Thank you. Thank you for doing all of this, Cristiana.
It's a great joy. It's a joy.
Yes.